People getting angry and furious at you for wanting to mind your own business. People, again, devising you to take steps in life in paths you have no clue about. Swooshing yourself down thanks to uncertainty without proper skepticism and depending on biased opinions. Making you feel deader when you're already feeling dead and can be undead yourself. Worse than that, being told to snap out of it, you can't rest, blah blah blah, RIPing your creativity and focus, gluing more stress on you eventually. Pressurizing others cause people love it and faking care just for the sake of leverage. Telling you how to live your life without providing perspective, disallowing you to gain experience and have your own authenticity, and completely blocking you from discovering your truth. Dictating every path and decision of your life without proper understanding, kicking your control away from it and excusing that for your own good. Not welcoming the flower out of mistakes. You to yourself, you to others, and others to you. Getting bashed up for events you aren't even accountable for, and not to mention them dragging you down to be that chess master you always wanted to be. Misfabling fortune. Not trying to know oneself and how experiences form them, instead of accepting to stand in an open fire life shoots at them without even trying to shield. Comparison without knowing proper conversions. Allowing your firefly-eating ancestors from the negative 1200s to form your morals and entity entirely today without exploring yourself and your world. Being diverted and lured to hop onto ventures thanks to noise solely for the results without loving the process. Being blended into conventional paths and programs when you're at the stage of unable to take decisions, aka childhood. Not listening to your heart and not discovering as to what success and happiness means to you. Being neglected and uncared for, the sun rising and the moon setting, aka things you can't control. Throwing balance out of the window of your penthouse when it comes to self-reflection and self-confidence. Being ripped off of your emotional self and your feelings due to a lack of clarity and compassion from others and having an intent to inflict pain. Being taken advantage of for the sole purpose of personal pleasure. That hurts the most. Showing disrespect and unkindness and the lack of empathy of the beautiful bats. Please kick that out of the front door. Sheer fidgeting, ignorance to the appreciative, not trying to understand perspective, having to struggle through life just to not reach destinations you envisioned. Having to bury simplicity in the sand, losing the bigger picture and far-sightedness. Being expected returns for things you didn't want to sign up for. What a clown move. Not having someone to understand you even when you try to understand others. Unacceptance and unforgiveness. Not being a skeptic about biases and preaching without question. Having to accept genetic talents as an advantage when you're good at something far more than others, and also as a disadvantage when you can't be better than someone at something despite the effort. Losing moral and authentic qualities to survive in a space. Being prone to not asking for help when people always refuse to help you unconditionally. Never having peace in an ever-moving world. Forgetting ethics to attain objects or concepts of desire. Misusing powers after attaining objects or concepts of desire. Disrespecting difference between culture, keeping the notion of moral ethics. Not gathering enough knowledge about a subject to know what does not work. Before advising about it, of course. Such a common thing to happen, I know. Looking forward to a destiny without exploring the possibilities in the journey. And lastly, having to keep this video only this far long.